Don't fuck up, don't fuck yourself. Don't fuck up, don't fuck yourself. Don't fuck up, don't fuck yourself. Hey, don't fuck yourself and don't fuck up. Hi, my name is John Hauser III. Welcome to the Rude Cooking School podcast. With me at the end of it all is on a beach.
You damn dirty apes. It's Evan the Mayor.
Hey, poor old Charlton Heston's right there over your shoulder, just bowing.
Misery.
Yeah.
I wonder how the Statue of Liberty wound up upright on a beach amongst a bunch of rocks that are clearly in the state of California.
Well, in part 3, wherever no, because that was already there. This is why it wasn't a prequel. That was when they blew everything up.
Damn dirty apes.
I'm assuming bombs.
Right, but then did the Statue of Liberty have like giant balloons on it that just kept it upright in the middle of the ocean?
I just think it was like a...
Oh, it just went spinning through the air?
Yeah.
All the way across the United States?
Well, not across the United States. This is millions of years in the future. Okay. Like, you don't know what happened. There could have been a beach.
Continental form the United States takes in millions of years.
They fucked it all up so bad that, mountains grew out of the ground in New York Harbor.
Yeah, actually, yeah. This is actually still New York. It was a volcanic underwater eruption that made a new island.
I mean, everybody famously knows that Manhattan is basically the top of a mountain. Yeah.
Yes.
It's more like Ape Hatton, am I right? I've not watched those prequel movies. All the is it Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes movies?
Oh God, no. Mark Wahlberg, that was a quote reimagination by Tim Burton. Yeah. It's bad. I feel like the only reason they made it was because like they were like, hey, we want to win an Oscar for cosmetics and costumes. And I think they did, or at least they were nominated. But
Andy Serkis needed more money.
Right. No. He wasn't in it. It was like, oh my God.
He was the apes. Wasn't he?
No, you're talking about War for the Planet of the Apes, where Andy Serkis is not Zeus. God damn it. What's his name? Zeus. No, it's not Zeus either. Anyway, you're talking about post 2000s, the trilogy of the Apes films. There was one that came out in like the year 2000 that was Tim Burton directed with
that was Planet of the Apes 2001.
Yeah, it's just Planet of the Apes. It's Mark Wahlberg, it's Paul Giamatti, it's Helena Bonham Carter, it's a bunch of Timothy Roth.
Glenn Shaddix is in that. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're all in cool costumes, but I mean the plot is bad. It's just dumb.
Okay. But he's in the other ones, right?
Mark Wahlberg?
Why did I sound like Mark Wahlberg? I'm in the other ones? Hey, bro, I'm in the other Planet of the Apes movies. I might have been an ape, bro.
No, who was in the first one? It was like fucking the Mac guy, wasn't it?
Mac and Me?
Yeah, Mac and Me. My favorite.
Rise of the Planets of the Apes?
Yeah. Dawn, it was like Dawn, Rise, and then War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yes, Rise, Dawn, War. Okay, so but none of those had Mark Wahlberg in them, bro?
No, bro.
Oh, okay. Those are the ones that Andy Serkis is in, though, right? Okay.
Plays the same character in all of them.
I've forgotten that there was that bad Tim Burton one. But didn't Tim Burton do the other ones?
No.
Oh, shit.
And they were like a hit. They made money.
Oh, okay. But they're terrible movies too.
James Franco, he was in the first one, and maybe the
James
second
Franco,
one.
Jesus.
Yeah, he plays a scientist.
Caesar, that's his name.
Caesar, yes.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, they all look terrible. But they don't show you. They show you how the monkeys take over, but they don't show you how shit got blown up on the last one.
No.
My favorite Mark Wahlberg thing when he's like, I think I found a transformer, bro. I think these are transformers. I almost walked out of a movie I wasn't even seeing because I was like, fuck this trailer. I think we found transformers, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking? You put that in a fucking trailer.
My favorite part of that movie is they find Optimus Prime like all rusty and in hibernation, basically under a tarp.
Sam Witwicky.
Yeah, but it's Mark Wahlberg finding him.
Yeah.
So then
Mark Witwicky.
Optimus sort of wakes up and he's like, I'm bleeding oil. And then all of a sudden is like, I must go to my people now. And just like walks out of the building and then immediately turns into a truck and he's perfectly fine. I think they did some like mild spark plug work on him, but like
he poochies it.
He basically poochies it.
I gotta go back to my people.
Yeah.
That new movie was it's number 1 right now, as a matter of fact.
Is it
which
out?
looks terrible. Yeah, it came out this weekend.
Rise of the Beasts or whatever.
Yeah, and apparently the Beasts are in it for like 5 minutes.
I was told on my own podcast, which just dropped today, that there's a little Easter egg in mid-credit that hints at a certain crossover.
Yeah, it's G.I. Joe.
Yes, it is, John. It's not Thundercats.
Fuck people. I don't give a fuck about this shit.
Your taste in movies is horrible.
Fuck your Hasbro unified world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you took my goddamn childhood and pooped on it.
Well, you do realize there were tons and tons of G.I. Joe Transformers comics put out by Marvel.
Yeah, I'm sure there were.
There were.
I'm sure there were. I'm agreeing with you. I mean, those G.I. Joe movies are garbage too.
Oh, yeah, they were very bad. Megatron and Cobra Commander would just, I don't know, they'd kill each other somehow.
Yeah.
They would not get along.
What do you want? Yeah, it's a bunch of that shit, right? Like,
I always wanted a G.I. Joe He-Man crossover.
Yeah. So I listened to a podcast. I listened to the We Hate Movies podcast. I listen to it all the time. I give money to it. I'm a member of their Patreon.
A patron.
Yeah, they did They did that movie this week. It was like an emergency movie, and they were like, "It's trash. It's mildly entertaining." None of them really recommended it, and they were like, "I almost shit my pants when they had the G.I. Joe crossover at the end." They're like, "We're gonna spoil it," and there's a crossover, and I was like, "Okay, Hasbro?" And I was like, "Well, there's only a couple. Like, He-Man wasn't Hasbro though, right?"
No, it was either Kenner or Mattel.
I think it was Kenner. Yeah, no, Mattel, and yeah, I was like, what the fuck could the crossover be? And I was like, oh, that makes sense. So they're going to try to tie that in. Maybe they'll have like I don't know.
I hope it's
Strawberry
like
Shortcake shows up.
I hope it's like a Freddy versus Jason where it's just like, it's its own movie. It's just kind of like, this is how they meet. And then there's a big battle.
Yeah. Like, or they're going to have to do that. They're going to have to do the Avengers thing where it's like,
right.
They hate each other and then they come together for a common
Hello, Duke. I'm Optimus Prime.
Fucking the glowworm and My Little Pony's gonna be like fighting
tails.
Shit in that. Yeah.
And Rainbow Bright shows up.
That would be sweet. Rainbow Bright's due for like
live action reboot.
Yeah. I mean, well, let me see. So I'm looking at old Hasbro toys and it's like, yeah, glowworms, Popples.
This is now the Toy Chat podcast.
Yeah. Popples were kind of like food. You could store food in them. I know a kid that did that. Would keep their snacks in their pop hole.
Those little snackies inside the pop hole.
It is really fucking gross.
Yeah, did you ever see the cartoon?
Yeah, I probably did.
There's an episode where they go inside of themselves.
Oh no.
It's like a pocket dimension.
My Pet Monster and shit fucking starts fucking shit up. By the way, everybody, for those who don't know, Popples were stuffies that you could fold into a ball. They had a pocket and you would fold them in half. It's a cross
between a kangaroo and an armadillo.
Yeah, it's kind of like how you have like reusable grocery bags, except it was a stuffed animal.
Yep.
And my Pet Monster was like, hey, what if we made like Cabbage Patch Kids for boys? Even though they did literally make Cabbage Patch Kids.
Except there was only one My Pet Monster. There weren't like 80 of them.
Yeah. Ugh, fucking, I hated Cabbage Patch Kids.
Your childhood?
I hated my childhood. I actually had a Cabbage Patch Kid. My mother got me one of those animal ones. I had a cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't really do much with it. My mother bought like 8 zillion Cabbage Patch Kids for my sister. and
were a hit.
thought I would feel left out, so she got me one. It was a nice gesture. Anyway, let's see. This is an episode where we talk about things that are newsworthy, but before that, we talk about things we did this week, food-wise. No. Premature do. Did you do anything this week worth talking about?
I worked. No.
Just ordered food.
I wish. We went to a cookout over the weekend, and that I hadn't been to one this year yet.
Right.
I mean, other than I think your block party. Wait, was that last year?
That was last year. Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah. Goof. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no. I mean, I recorded on Sunday, so we didn't really go anywhere. Saturday we went to the cookout, and then this whole week I've been doing double for my supervisor who was in Costa Rica for the week, and we are getting toward the fiscal year, so everything is really hectic. And yeah.
How was the cookout?
That's fun. It's fine.
Anything food wise? Like you were like, hell yeah.
Our friend Johnny the Mailman is a chef,
okay.
A home chef, but also a former pastry chef, and he knows how to do it up. He knows how to work a grill.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So just normal sort of
very normal. Yeah.
Cookout food. Okay.
I'd say cookout food, but like a little elevated.
But he knows how to cook it. It's not all burnt to shit.
It's nice and seasoned, nice and charred, nice and this and that and the other. It was good stuff.
Cool. Anything that you ordered this week that was particularly good?
Well, we got Popeyes.
Okay.
On Sunday.
Yep.
Hadn't had actual just Popeyes like fried chicken in a long time.
Not the sandwich, just the chicken.
Just the like the fried chicken.
Did you get their magic
drummy breadstick breast meat box?
What's the spice called? Magic Sparkle or something like that?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know what that stuff is? You don't get that?
No. We just got the party mustard.
Okay. It's called Cajun Sparkle.
Okay.
You've never gotten that before?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, you got to get it. It's good.
Okay.
You know, it's like MSG and fucking garlic powder and
Yeah. The
it's
usual.
just but it actually does make their chicken a lot better.
Cool.
And which their chicken's good to begin with. So
we also got Poblano, which is good. It's a place up by Maryland General Hospital that does decent Mexican burritos, takeout type things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very cheap and consistent quality.
Poblano
Grill, I think it's called.
Cool. Check
Anyway.
it out.
And then finally, after my birthday, I had a steak dinner last night, which my fiance cooked, and it was delightful. I still have
Nice.
leftovers that I'm going to eat after this recording.
And happy birthday.
Thanks, you too.
Yeah, I had my birthday last weekend. Last Sunday. Yeah, my weekend I was taking care of Crosby. Friday night he had like a buddy spend the night, and we just ordered food because I was like, no, I'm good. I was done. And we just ordered some food, just had a bro night, let them play video games. We watched baseball. I introduced them. We watched a bunch of The Legend of Vox Machina. You know, just chill. Saturday, again, like I had band practice and shit, and then Crosby and I hung out a little bit. At the end of the night, during the day, pretty much play video games all day. And we went to dinner, had a fun time hanging out, and then came back and I introduced him to the 1984 movie, Excalibur.
Oh yeah, got some boobies in that one.
Lots of boobs. Yeah, 81, sorry. But I forgot how many fucking awesome people are in that goddamn movie.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Patrick Stewart, Liam Neeson, Helen Mirren.
Yep.
Fucking Nigel Terry. It's like, Jesus Christ, this fucking
It was
movie.
a who's who of British people.
It really was. There's a lot of fucking people in there. But I hadn't seen it in a while. Oh, I also forgot that in the very beginning, fucking like a 10-year-old Gabriel Byrne pops out of nowhere. And you're
really?
like, what the fuck? Because I was like, is that fucking Gabriel Byrne? He was like, let me see. When was he fucking born?
I think there was also some like
so he was
dismemberment in that movie.
He was 31, so he wasn't a baby, but he
Not
still shows
necessarily
up,
a
and
baby.
you're like, But it's funny because Gabriel Byrne's like weirdly timeless.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, so he popped up and I was like, what the fuck? And then of course the guy who plays Merlin, he talks like this. What is going on with everyone? What is man but a beast that has sex? You know, like that kind of shit. It's so fucking good. It's so good. But yeah, there are people getting their fucking arms cut off.
Yeah.
It's rad as shit. And then, you know, they're all in
Mirren full frontal.
What's that?
I said Helen Mirren full frontal.
Yeah, I think you do. You definitely see Helen Mirren's boobs a lot.
It's weird.
Yeah, it got to the point at one point when I was like, oh, I forgot this part where they're having sexes in it. And
we had that movie on VHS when I was really young, and I think because the VHS technology wasn't very good at transferring movies, I remember it being very fuzzy to watch.
It is very fuzzy.
It is very fuzzy?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a lot of like Vaselining the lens and shit. Yeah, there's a lot of that. In particular. Because they're trying to do like a lot of dreamscapey shit. Okay. You know, so, like the whole.
It is so strange what your mind retains from like when you're really little.
Yeah, no, totally. It's pretty great. Like I totally fucking recommend it if you've never seen it. There's so much weird like I don't know, like weird pop culture that came from it. Like there's a lot of it in like, I don't know. Like I know there's a bunch of references to it in Ready Player One and shit. You know, there's.
Did you say Liam Neeson's in it?
Yeah.
You could watch it from $3.99 on YouTube.
Yeah, and then you know there's like the magic words. Was that Anel Nathrak Uthal Betal Betal Dol Jail Dalvienve or whatever. Yeah, it's fucking that shit's rad. And I was just like, hell yeah. And then they get all in the shiny armor and they're coming through the cherry blossoms and Carmina Burana's playing his shit. You're like, fuck yeah, dude. I was like, yeah.
I'm watching the trailer on silent right. This is Zod. Zod is the Merlin guy, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, this. So I'm watching it and I'm seeing the fuzziness, and it's just very sort of grainy. Anyway,
yeah, the guy who plays Merlin, I forget he might be Zod. Nicol Williamson,
Nicholas Clay.
Yeah, it's crazy. You definitely see like full buck naked Nicholas Clay in that movie. where him and what's her name? Guinevere are just banging. You're just like, okay, that's cool.
Well, it definitely wasn't Zod, but he definitely was Cagliostro in Spawn.
Yes.
1997.
Yes. I think that might have been his last movie.
I don't know.
Yeah. Fucking Excalibur. It's awesome.
That's bad.
Then next day we went out. I woke up early and then was like, I'm not making breakfast on my birthday, so I ordered tacos.
Nice.
Crosby got a breakfast burrito. I just got a bunch of tacos. I got a really weird what do you call it? Chicharron dish, which I was like, chicharron sound good, and I thought it was going to be like the fried lump of meat chicharron, but it was, and I've never seen this before. It was a bed of chicharron, so it was like almost like a plate. It was like one. It had to be processed, like you buy it that way. So I'm assuming they take pig skin, puree it, and then slurp it out and then deep fry it.
Slather it out and
deep
fry
it. It's just like a slab of chicharron, right? And then they put
so disgusting.
Then they put like, you know, cabbage and lettuce and sour cream and tomatoes and onions on it. And then they were great.
Achoo.
Yeah. So then that night we went out for dinner. It was not great. Pretty bad dinner, but whatever. We were together and it was fun and it was my birthday. But the next day, I went to the soft opening of
Bunnies.
Yeah, Bunnies, friend of the show, Jesse Sandlin's new place.
Cool.
And holy balls. That place was great. So you had been to the Wharf Rat before, right?
Yes. When I saw the pictures of the interior of this new concept,
yes.
I almost pissed my pants.
Yes.
Not in a good way. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, you didn't like it?
White.
Oh, I loved it.
It's so like clean and white. And I'm like, oh.
Fuck the Wharf Rat. That place sucks shit.
You suck shit.
It was good. It was only good when it was cold and it was snowy and you could go to the back and go to the fireplace, which, by the way, they have saved and said when it snows, you can come and hang out there.
When it snows.
Huh?
When it snows.
Yeah, that's what she's like, well, it's not going to snow anymore. But when we were younger, we would go there and do that when it snowed. And it was really cool.
Another good place to go for snowy times was the Dizzy Izzy's.
But okay, so for those listening, the Wharf Rat was this really, really old sort of seafarer, nautical pirate, privateer / waterman restaurant.
To be fair, the building has been around since like the 1700s.
Yes.
And it was definitely a place that sailors hung out.
Yes.
The most recent version started in like the 80s, but yeah, they were like, yeah, this is going to be like the nautical themed fun time place to sit around, play board games, get drunk, eat pizza, play pool, sit outside. Like it was a perfectly cozy place to hang out.
Yeah, and then everybody stopped going there, and so of course they sold the place, and everybody gets mad when that happens because they're like, why are they going to sell it? It's so stupid. It's like, because you haven't been there in 30 years.
Remember what happened after March of 2020, but
well, I mean, sure. I don't know what to tell you. Been around.
It was very fun though because they had like all this really old memorabilia.
When they sold all of it, yeah,
and they sold all of it via auction. I wanted to get my hands on some of that stuff.
We talked about that, didn't we?
I probably offline, yeah.
No, I think we went through some of it during one of the episodes.
Oh, really?
I think so.
On the actual.
Yeah,
we definitely looked at the website, but I just don't remember whether it was online or not.
Anyway, Jessie and her people bought it, and it's really bright and really nice, and it's got like a southern diner vibe-ish. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's nice. And their food is very sort of Southern meets French kind of. We went there and we ordered the chicken livers, which we were super excited about, but they had just gotten 86th. Like we saw the last one come out of the kitchen. We're like, damn. So then we got in its place the smoked trout dip, which was fucking awesome. That were served on a bed of chow chow, like relish and honey mustard. Dude, oh my God. They were so like, I don't know what they did. They were really crunchy, like really, but like the crust around was really thick. They were so good. And then paired with the chow chows, fucking bananas good. We got their chicken because their whole thing is like chicken and champagne. So we got their fried chicken, which come with pickles and biscuits, and then you can order some sauces with it. So we ordered the miso hot honey, which was okay. Like, you know, it tasted like hot honey mixed with miso. It was perfectly fine. But then the gochujang barbecue sauce that they make in house is fucking awesome. Like, I just wanted to put that on everything. We got a whole roasted fish, and you got to order the sides separate. Like you if you order something like a entree or anything, it doesn't come with sides. You know what I mean? Where normally it's like, you know. So we got the vegan collard greens, which were really, 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 really good. Like I'm a collard greens guy, and these were fucking awesome. I just wanted to drink all of that pot liquor. It was so good. And then the cucumber salad, which was fine. You know, I think it needed a little vinegar or whatever, but you know, whatever. But their drinks were really, really good. I had a drink called the Ramona Flowers after what's the movie? Scott Pilgrim or the book. And that was really good. I don't remember exactly what was in it. There was like a bunch of stuff. It was one of those things I was like, I don't know if I want this, but fuck it, I'm gonna try it. And I tried it. I was like, oh my God, that's really good. Leanna got a drink that had like a little sidecar chaser of champagne that you could either pour in or just drink. And then we got some bubbles afterwards, and that was really good. I highly recommend the place. I actually booked us tomorrow night because they're open now. For the three of us to go, because we were like, holy shit, Crosby would love this place. And the whole time I was there eating, I was like, I can't wait to come back here to try more of this stuff. And we're gonna go tomorrow. So
It's theoretically within walking distance of your house.
no, it's very within walking distance. Only, I mean, it's a 15-minute walk, but it's all like water view. You're just walking around a promenade. But yeah, it's going to be a very successful place. The people that were, working there were awesome. Jessie was great. I'd like to get her on the podcast just to ask her, like, okay, what the fuck did you find in that place? Because it clearly was a complete gut job. Like, no doubt that they gutted that whole joint out. Because the kitchen, from what I understand, if I heard correctly, is upstairs. So I don't even know how they do.
Well, because the old air quote kitchen was just behind the bar.
Right. There was like a little area behind the bar that had like a door.
Pizza oven.
Right.
And a tiny little area where you could, where they made the other things.
Exactly. Yeah. Fun fact about the Wharf Rat. I put a cigarette out on myself there when I was younger.
Cool.
Just to freak out a friend. Yeah, that was real dumb. I still have a big scar on my arm.
Edgelord.
Yeah, well, no, I was just trying to be stupid, and he was just like,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, he was like, what the fuck was wrong with you? I was like, nothing. I'm good. Get me another Jack Daniels. I was young and stupid. And drinking lots of Jack Daniels at the time. That's the kind of, by the way, kids, don't drink Jack Daniels. It's the kind of shit that makes Jack Daniels will make you think is cool. Yeah, so that was awesome. Like, that was probably one of the best meals I've had in a long time. I can't wait to go back tomorrow and talk about it again. And then lastly, Crosby graduated 6th grade and impromptu had a 5-kid sleepover at our house.
Wow.
So I had to make something that everybody would enjoy. So I just grabbed a pack of chicken thighs and made chicken tacos for everybody. So it was like, everybody in the pool in the Instant Pot was like chicken thighs and fresh oregano, onions. I have this mixture that I put into beans. It's like chili powder and black pepper and salt and garlic powder and onion powder. What's that?
Is the Instant Pot in your food news this week?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
And then I made ribs last week for a party. And what I did was I smoked them for an hour, and it was like 4 racks of ribs. So smoked them on the smoker out back for an hour, and then put them in a big roasting pan with some water, and then just covered them with foil, put them in the oven for like 3 hours, and then pulled them out, let them cool down, popped them, whatever. But I had all this liquid left over that I promptly put into a container and then was just biding my time for it. And it was perfect for the chicken stuff that I made. So I threw half of that into the chicken and then the other half into the beans that I was making, which were just cannellini beans and my bean mix and some dry Mexican oregano. And then just made an awesome like roasted tomato salsa where you just burn the shit out of tomatoes and onions and jalapenos. And I grabbed some fresh corn and you just put it on your burner and just burn the shit out of it, and then blend everything except for the corn, blend everything together, put it in a bowl, cut the corn off, and then mix that in, and boom, you're done. Salt and pepper. And it was awesome. Like, the kids were like, holy shit, this is great. I'm like, sweet. So that was my week of food. And it was a very good one. I like just being able to be like, all right, just pop everything in. Let's just make a mush taco and be on, like, everybody's happy. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay. All right, now you can make the thing. You can do the noise. Oh, it's not fun. You do like
you took the air out of my vessels.
It's food news.
Oh shit! Oh,
food news.
You could do it every once in a while. God.
Yeah, I just did it. That's how you fucking do it. Should we start with the Instant Pot story first?
Yeah, I'm very sad.
Instant Pot's going bankrupt.
But not for the reasons you think.
Yeah, it's really weird, and it's not necessarily the end of the company. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal in March, Ben Gadbois, the CEO of Instant Brands, expressed his optimism about the company's signature item, the Instant Pot. Quote, "We believe that the Instant Pot product is going to be around a long, long, long time, and we will still sell a lot of volume," he told the outlet. But no product stays at phenom level forever. Well, he was right about that. Although Instant Pot Brands products, which also include Chicago Cutlery, boo, Corel Corningware, Snapware, and Pyrex, in addition to the Instant Pot, sales
Pyrex?
Yeah, weird, right?
That's crazy.
Sales are down. It's weird that they have Corningware and Pyrex.
Yeah.
It makes me think that they're both kind of the same thing now.
Yeah.
Sales are down for that once inescapable multi-cooker. While sales of the Instant Pot and other electronic multi-cookers hit $758 million in 2020, that is plummeted by half.
Oh, I wonder why.
To 344 last year. Yeah, I know, exactly. Oh, people aren't stuck at home anymore?
First of all, I didn't know that the Instant Pot had been around since 2010.
Yeah, I've had mine, and I was really late to the party. I've had mine for at least 5 years, I think.
Oh, I was the COVID adopter. I got one, and then I replaced it with the one with the air fryer attachment, and I fucking love it, and I hope it never breaks because I'll be sad.
I love mine too for what it does.
Hell yeah.
Like, to be able to take chicken thighs and turn them into shredded chicken in 30 minutes is amazing. Like,
yes.
It's very, very good.
Frozen even.
Right, exactly. From frozen. No, totally. Not that the ones that I got were frozen, but I've done that before, and it's really, really nice. I do beans in it. I do rice in mine all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do, like, anything.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Yes, in en masse, yes. But anything that needs to be braised or, cooked for a really long time, I don't even fuck with that shit anymore. There's no reason for it. Like, I just put it in the Instant Pot and boom, I got bolognese sauce, or boom, I got pulled pork, or boom, I got fucking, ragu of fucking lamb shank. It's that kind of thing, and it's really good for that. Or concentrating, like making stock. It's really, really good. You can make fucking stock in an hour. It's nuts. Like stock that once it cools, it is gelatin. Like it is very and people put it down, and I did too, because a lot of people don't use it right. They use it as they use it like a slow cooker where they just put a bunch of bullshit in there and overcook all of it, right? Like that's not what it's for. I mean, clearly that's what it's for. A lot of people do it, but just use it properly. So as a result, Instant Brands has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, citing the combination of factors, because this is what everybody says: lower sales, supply chain, higher interest rates, and, quote, global macroeconomic and geopolitical challenges, unquote, that have affected the company. Quote, as we move through this process, we remain focused on serving and connecting with our consumers around the world, and we are grateful for their trust in us and our products, Gadbois said in the statement. He talks some more, and it's really boring doublespeak. This filing does not mean, however, that this company is going under, nor does it mean that Instant Pots or Pyrex or other products will not be available for sale. In its filing, Instant Brands said that it had secured commitments for $132 million in new financing to keep the business operations going, including continuing to pay the wages and benefits of its 2,400 employees. Despite Gadbois' mostly positive outlook earlier this spring, it has not been a great year for the Instant Pot. According to NPR, one market research group said that the sales had dropped another 20% from last year through the end of April. And just last week, S&P Global downgraded the company's rating due to shoppers' decreased spending on non-essential items like, say, multi-top cookers.
But not only that,
multi-cookers.
The fucking Instant Pot is not the iPhone. Like, you don't need a new one every 2 years.
No,
I've had mine for like 6 years.
Yeah,
well,
and
3 years, whatever.
So the other thing is, almost people have them. You know, like you're saying, like so many people have them. Like go on to Facebook right now in Marketplace and look up Instant Pot. You can, and that's what I did.
Instant Pot for me.
I got one for $25 because somebody had a 4-quart. They got a 6-quart.
Yeah.
Tried it and was like, "Oh, this is too big for me." So I'm going to sell it. And I got it for $25.
Yeah, I just went from the 6 to the 8 with the air fryer lid, and I'll never need another one.
The only reason I'm going to get another one is either to get a bigger one or it blows up. Like, that's it. And a bigger one, I don't know if I necessarily need it, but it would be nice for stock. Like, and that would be the only reason I would get it.
Or big old thing of chili.
Yeah. I mean, the 6-quart's big. You know, it's big enough.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
oh god, have you ever seen the video of the person that air fried a crab?
A crab?
A crab.
No.
Yeah, it was one of those dumb idiot TikTok people that like. There was another video of a lady
like the person that air fried the hot dog for 24 hours or whatever, or tried to do it for 24 hours and only.
It's
made
these
it
dumb
like 3.
people that think they know how to make a crab correctly and they just don't. And I was also reminded of the time that there was this Twitter video of some lady putting a bunch of crabs like on the grill and slathering them in like barbecue sauce and all this other shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I've seen shit like that. It's pretty stupid.
But yeah, the air fryer crab video was like in the last year or so.
It's so stupid.
Yep.
What a waste of fucking food. So only time will tell whether, they're gonna, they're gonna have to ramp down making these things.
Yes.
Because, and the other reason is there's so much competition now. So many other companies figured out how to make, it's not hard. It's just an electric pressure cooker. Like,
now if you could combine this thing with like a high-tech blender,
oh god,
that would be awesome.
See, and you were making fun of that breakfast combination Frankenstein thing a couple weeks ago with the
it's terrible
with the griddle and the
I explained why that thing doesn't work.
But a pressure cooker blender sounds good. I see yours is weird because the air fryer part of it I kind of don't understand.
So the lid, it basically just has a big old fan in it with heating elements, and then as you put it down, it connects the circuit and it starts, blowing hot air.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
It's a little bulky, but I tell you, I made some of the finest homemade French fries without having to use a shitload of oil.
That's cool.
Yeah, it works really well. I love it. I love it.
I love it. So yeah, good luck to Instant Pot and Pyrex.
Hell yeah.
Let's see. This one's a weird one. So, you're down with like Frankenberry and Count Chocula and shit, right?
I enjoyed them as a child. I think it's fun that they come back, where they're still back, or I don't know what, but like everybody acts like it's a good cereal and it's just not. It's
well, when I was a kid, it was great. Which one's your favorite?
Probably Count Chocula. Never liked Frankenberry. I never even had fruit.
You didn't like the strawberry deliciousness of
or Yummy Mummy.
Oh well, Yummy Mummy. That was. I don't think I've ever had Yummy Mummy.
It was
and then Boo Berry.
Oh right, I forgot about Boo Berry. Yeah, yeah. It was basically in this order I would see them at the store. It was Count Chocula, Frankenberry, then sometimes Boo Berry, but I never saw Yummy Mummy or Fruit Brute.
Yummy Mummy and Fruit Brute were 70s things. Like they were gone before I was a kid. So when I was growing up, it was just Count Chocula, Frankenberry, and Boo Berry. They liked all the berries. They got rid of because Yummy Mummy was a mummy. Fruit Brute was a werewolf, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So after 36 years, they are introducing a new monster.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. Her name is Carmella Creeper.
Of course. I knew it was gonna be. Is it a spider?
Carmella Creeper. No, she's like a zombie, I think.
Oh, okay.
And
I would have gone with like a xenomorph.
It's going to be caramel apple flavored cereal, which is super weird.
No.
Yeah, she's a green zombie who dabbles in DJing and is part of the Frankenberry. Do you want to see what she looks like? Here, hold on.
Sure. Yes, please.
I'll show you. Here she is.
Why does she have to dabble in DJing? What does Frankenberry do?
Because she's cool. Look at her. She's a
she is pretty
caramel apple.
Oh, that looks stupid.
Are those like little moaning faces that are like
the little green? Yeah, the little green pieces. Oh, I bet that does weird things to your poop.
They look like pig snouts.
They do.
And then I don't know what the marshmallows are. But yeah, she's like a
that's
goth.
A very good question.
She's like a goth zombie DJ.
Yep, she is she's like anime fan DJ goth, not like listens to The Cure goth.
Yes. Yeah, she's a Rob Zombie goth.
She's got let's say that.
Yeah. So quote, Carmella Creeper is the long lost cousin of Frankenberry, as well as a zombie DJ with an edgy sound who is always the life of the party. General Mills explains, written by a person who clearly is 90 years old. Quote, complete with a fierce attitude and looks to match. Carmella is ready to shake things up at the Monsters Haunted Mansion with her limited edition cereal featuring caramel apple flavored pieces with colored monster marshmallows. Oh, those were supposed to be monster
marshmallows? They look like just Starbursts.
They just look like globs of shit. So that wasn't the only scary cereal related announcement. General Mills added that all 6 monsters will come together in a single box later this year with the debut of Monster Mash Remix cereal.
Oh, so just in time for Halloween.
Carmella Creeper will be joining Boo Berry, Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Fruit Brute, and Yummy Mummy in a limited time marshmallow-filled cereal combo.
That sounds horrible.
Yes, this is similar to the previous Monster Mash cereal that was released 2 years ago, but this time it's got the Carmella lady. According to General Mills' website, the first 2 monster cereals debuted in 1971 with the arrival of Count Chocula and Frankenberry, the 2 OGs. So they were both designed, interestingly enough, by the guy who did the Trix Rabbit.
Okay.
So the Gruesome Twosome was joined by Boo Berry a year later. Fruit Brute, who was a short-lived werewolf themed cereal, debuted in 1974. They got rid of him in 1982. Okay. And then the last edition was Yummy Mummy, who went from 1988 to 1992. So he only lasted 4 years.
Got it.
Wow, I don't even remember like Yummy Mummy. That's probably why I was stopped eating that stuff.
I know I saw it in the store, but yeah, Boo Berry. Yep, those.
So Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy have been periodically resurrected. Most recently for like retro looking boxes that were available in Target. But now they'll have Carmella Creeper. So
when are they going to do the like 35th anniversary influencer party at a haunted mansion where a real life Carmella Creeper comes out and DJs? I'm sure they just play Monster Mash 57 times in a row.
Yeah, it was the Vika Monster Vika Mash. Bam, 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 bam. Wow. Yeah.
Then they do real life Ghostbusters theme. They do the Addams Family theme song from the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Carmella Creeper, caramel apple cereal, the one cereal that no one has ever asked for.
Yeah,
That's a
really.
I'm really interested to know what that kind of would taste like. Like
I
how
think
would
they just have all these flavor profiles lying around in the food lab.
Totally.
And they're like, well, just make a monster out of it.
Yeah, totally. Like, but like caramel apple as a cereal. I don't know. When there's no caramel or apple.
So this is General Mills, and I guess they don't have access to the Applejack flavor, which isn't caramel apple. It's its own weird thing.
Right. And Applejack doesn't taste like apple anyway, so.
That's the point, Dad.
Speaking of crossovers that you were talking about, Taco Bell is sliding into summer with Crocs, baby. Ba-ba-ba, you can get black and purple mellow slides to remind you to live Moss. Do we need to talk about that anymore? Do you want to know more about that, or is that just good enough?
I just assume every 6 months Taco Bell is going to come out with some dumb fucking thing that like they expect
some collaboration
that they're going to have 40 SKUs on their website for, and it'll sell out immediately. But they all the clickbait sites like picked it up.
Yeah, they're $60 a pair. They're a black to purple Umbra.
They're sold out.
Yeah, probably. When do they go on sale? Let's see. Crocs has collaborated, by the way, in the past with 7-Eleven, Margaritaville. Okay.
That makes sense.
Because you could get the Lost Shaker of Salt charm for your Crocs. Furry Sweethearts clogs, that the conversation hearts. Marshmallow Peeps. Jesus. They also did KFC.
You can get your corporate logo.
I think we talked about that. The Colonel approved clogs that smelled like chicken. Right. Yeah. Oh God damn it! I fall for it.
What was the
time.
grandma sweater that we hated?
I don't remember it. It all goes together. It could have been fucking My Little Pony and
no, it was
Jägermeister. Who knows?
No, it was recent, and it was some terrible looking grandmother sweater that looks so bad. But they were trying. Oh, it's a Pop-Tart sweater.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh God, that was terrible. Okay, so it comes out June 28th. So in 2 weeks. $60 a pair. Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass.
If you've reached fire tier status on Taco Bell's rewards app, you will be emailed a link. No, you can get a pre-sale early starting June 20th.
Wow, thank God.
Because
I eat so much of this slop, I get the opportunity to spend $60 to wear it on my feet.
You fucking deserve it, you fucking pig.
You fucking idiot.
You fucking asshole. This is for us because we're assholes of this thing. So, food and video games apparently are becoming a really big thing.
Like, what do you mean?
So, since Call of Duty launched 20 years ago.
Oh, yes. Okay.
They've had roughly, but it's not just this. We're not just talking about Call of Duty. So, this is talking about how.
It's like, every shooter game that 12-year-old boys play. It's like fucking Mountain Dew, Doritos, blah, blah, blah. It's like everything. It's like double XP with your redemption code. Go to Doritos.com/COD4.
But, games are a multi-billion-dollar a year thing. So since Call of Duty launched 20 years ago, just since then, 20 years ago, they've had roughly 25 billion hours of gameplay.
Oh God,
that is the equivalent of 2.85 million years longer than the course of human existence.
I'm sure.
So that's terrifying. So they're basically saying that Gen A, who are the kids that are coming up after my son, Generation Alpha,
what?
Yeah.
Is your son Generation Alpha, or you're talking about the one after?
No. My kid's Gen Z, I think. The kids that are coming up after him. So like kids that are like 5 right now are
Gen Alpha.
Are Gen Alpha, yeah.
Okay.
I think. I know he's Gen Z. But they're saying they're basically planning for almost all of Gen A to partake in gaming. And then So tech savvy food brands are testing the landscape with their millennial and Gen Z audiences via in-game promotions. At triple clicks.
Get a free taco playing Fortnite.
Triple Clicks is a gaming agency that connects brands with video game publishers for marketing purposes. They work with clients like Pringles, Hot Pockets, Trolley, and Kellogg's to immerse them into a gaming experience with value-driven incentives.
Okay.
Quote,
I remember the days when you could get the Chex game CD, Chex Blaster in your box of cereal.
Yeah, that was pretty weird. That was super weird. We find a game that best fits with a product's target audience and make sure that they offer consumers with the best experience possible. So like a lot of these partnerships between video games and food brands provide value-based rewards in the form of quote unquote consumables, gaming elements used to unlock items and advance the game story, or cosmetics, which are game elements that enhance a gamer's avatar's appearance. Quote, the more unique or exclusive it is, the better the value the brand offers. Bullshit. For example, Hot Pockets changed their packaging to the 5 main colors from Magic the Gathering, which is funny because it's not a video game, really. Each box came with different stuff and had cards and shit.
Hot Pocket card.
Hot Pockets also released an exclusive Pizza of the Veil black box with bonus content available exclusively at Walmart. And it goes on, like, Pringles in 2021 celebrated the launch of Halo Infinite with the
Master Chief tube.
Yeah, all kinds of shit. So I just thought that would be interesting. So like this month, KFC teamed up with Blizzard Entertainment to offer players of Diablo 4 exclusive in-game rewards with purchase of any KFC sandwich.
Yeah. It's just a code that like gets you a special hat in the game. It doesn't even offer any like bonuses to your stats.
Right.
These things are not as special as these companies tend to think that they are.
No, they're getting ripped off. Like
absolutely.
The companies think that they're being like, what do you call it? Like, but I mean, again, all branding is branding. There's no bad publicity, right? Like,
well, it's not even, it's just neutral in my mind. It's like, okay, well, it's not going to cause me to play the game any more or less. And I'm still going to buy this Kool-Aid or this Gatorade.
Yeah, I guess, but kids, if they see it in their game, I'm talking kids, they might want it when they're out with their parents. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if kids, and because I don't know any, are like as enamored with branded content as a previous generation. And it doesn't really kick in until you're like, being ironic about it or something. I
don't know. Have you've heard about that weird water that like YouTubers or TikTokers,
balls water or whatever the fuck it's called?
No, it's not balls water. But
it's the water that's out of the UK that they can't. No, it's like a sport juice.
Yes, it's a sport juice.
Yeah, and they can't. Yeah, that's TikTok though. That's like serious influence stuff. Video gaming is more. They would follow the esports kid who's wearing the gear, and if Mr. Beast gets on his YouTube channel and says, "Hey kids, subscribe to my channel for a chance to get a special unlock in XYZ game," then they do it. But like, if Pringles is like, eat these Flamin' Hot Cheetos or Pringles and you'll get a special sword hilt in
Prime.
World of Warcraft.
Prime is what it's called, by the way.
Prime. Yes, that's right.
It tastes terrible.
I was close with balls.
Yes, you were close with balls. Crosby had a bottle of it, and I was like, "Oh, you got that fucking YouTuber drink?"
Cool
and he
juice.
was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, I was like, "Oh, this is like a famous TikTok thing or whatever." He's like, "I don't like it. It tastes bad." He's like, "I should have gotten a Gatorade," and I was like, "Oh, okay." But yeah, I mean, Chipotle's announced itself as the presenting sponsor of the Evolution Championship Series and Street Fighter 6 players and all this shit, and Chipotle and
it is
users
weird that it's like Monster Energy drink that it sponsors all these esports guys, but it's going to be really funny when I don't know, it's like NASCAR, you know, and like Valvoline is sponsoring them.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
when the sponsorship that ships finally start to mature, and it's like State Farm Insurance brings you
Right.
Balls Mahoney, the guy who's got the most headshots in Call of Duty 83.
But it's dumb shit like users can unlock free chips and guac by just watching Street Fighter 6 content on Twitch. Like who gives a shit? I mean, free
You get
free
a little
food's free
QR
food.
code,
Though.
you scan it, and then you can have Pizza Hut delivered directly to your gaming station.
DoorDash is in it. Like, it's a pretty big like.
But this stuff goes back. I mean,
without a doubt.
World of Warcraft had a Pizza Hut button that you could just like order Pizza Hut from World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said,
that or Domino's.
There was the Chex thing, right? Like that was a while ago. That was
Chex was one of the very first ones where it was.
But that was like 1997, though, right? Like
probably earlier than that. It was basically like a clone of Doom, or maybe even Wolfenstein.
We've covered it in this show before.
I don't know if we have. There's a remastered version.
Chex Quests.
Yeah, Chex Quest is. There's a remastered version of it on the internet that you can play.
Yeah, they just redid it. That's why we covered it, because they redid it. That's right.
I think Chex Quest.
1996 it came out, by the way.
Yeah, I think that was kind of like one of the first ones, except for like early Nintendo days.
Right.
I mean, except you weren't getting like a Mario video game product. You were just getting like a Mario sticker. Yeah, Chex Quest might have been like it's not the first food-based video game, but it's definitely like the first like, hey kids, buy this cereal. There's a full-on video game side of it.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Okay, that just bummed me out, but I wanted to bring it up because I thought you'd find it interesting.
You're talking about my wheelhouse here, sir.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
If I had the wherewithal, I'd have my own video game podcast. I talk about this shit all the time.
Access deers are a threat to Hawaii's native species, and you can help
deers.
Yeah, it's the axis deer. It's Axis bold as love deer. They were introduced to Hawaii in the 1860s, creating an ecological disaster.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, and people want you to eat them. Do we need to go into this anymore? Like, just like
no. I'll just harken back yet again to that one time that guy tried to sell lionfish on Shark Tank, and they were like, "Yeah, there's no scaling up for this."
Axis deers are really cool looking.
Are they?
Yeah. But, Hawaii's
like key deer, I'll eat one.
Hawaii's an island and not that terribly big.
Sir.
Well, yes. A chain of islands, but like I don't think they're swimming from island to island.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I don't.
They might be building rafts.
In the 1860s, 8 chestnut brown white speckled axis deer were introduced to the Hawaiian islands of Molokai as a gift to King Kamahalaha, one of the few species of deer that can breed year-round. They quickly multiplied, feasting on grasses and native Hawaiian plants. Hawaii has no native mammals, and the axis deer encountered no predators. A century later, some deer were moved to Maui, where they wreaked fucking havoc. Basically, this thing says...
Now what we need to do is introduce wild hogs.
It says, think of them as an unchecked army of Pac-Men in the tens of thousands, wantonly munching everything from tender lettuces planted by upcountry Maui farmers to endangered plants that are now found nowhere else in this most isolated landmass.
I bet people would feel bad if they were like the person to kill the last one.
Yeah, they're killing endangered insects and birds and
sure, yeah,
creating a lot of soil erosion. So
it's bad news when we interfere with things.
Axis deer apocalypse, basically. So they're just trying to really fuck these things up.
Take that, Lord Kamehameha.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're trying to kill them and eat them all. So
yeah, well, we got to do that.
Yeah. Pitch in. Go to Hawaii and hunt some deer.
I will.
Let's see. Do they show you where you can buy this stuff at? Are they selling this
Can we
stuff?
go online and order some?
Yeah, I bet you. Oh, you can. MauiNuiVenison.com.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I want some of that.
Oh, they do jerky.
Jerky.
Venison jerky.
Give me some of it.
Venison sticks. So it's
that ships easily, so we should definitely buy that and try it.
ISON.com. Maui.
I'm in. I am in.
Maui Uni Venison.
Send me the link. I'm
Maui
going to
Nui.
buy it.
Okay, hold on.
I used to get advertisements a lot, or like solicitations via email to be a vendor, an associate of these various Hawaiian-based tuna jerky companies, and I was like,
Oh, they do bone broth too. Oh, and you can get fresh. Oh, you can get sausage. You can get fresh venison. You can get ground. You can get leg medallions, tenderloin, stew chunks, chopped loin, filet.
Wow.
Butterfly leg.
Wow.
Organ blend.
Wow.
Liver, hearts, hot dogs.
Wow.
Soup bones.
Woo.
A pack of hot dogs though does cost $29.
You.
Yeah. I mean, it's venison. I'm like,
it's Hawaiian exotic venison.
yeah, you can get a $80 rack of ribs that have 4 bones.
Yeah.
Small.
Are they small? Are they?
They are small.
Guys?
They're small. They look like small bones. So.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get some of that jerky.
Weirdly enough, the the neck ossobuco is $19. There you go. That's perfect for the Instant Pot. Fucking do that shit up. Yeah, they just chop their fucking necks into slices. I bet you it's delicious.
Probably.
Yeah, check them out. Eat them deer. Help out Hawaii. And then lastly, we're going to get into this one. Let's see here. Are you familiar with the director Francis Ford Coppola?
I don't know. I've heard the name.
Yeah, he's done some small budget.
Stuff.
He did a small Dracula movie back in like 1992.
Oh yeah, that one.
Come on, don't fuck around. Bram Stoker's Dracula is one of the greatest horror movies in the history of fucking
Yeah,
movies.
it is, but I don't know. Let's go a little further back and visit some of the little movies called The Godfather.
He did those?
Yes.
Oh, geez, really?
Where have you been?
Fuck, of course I know that.
Ding dong.
Used to watch those movies fucking 3 times a week when I was in college.
Well, there you go.
But seriously, if you've never seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, just watch it for Keanu Reeves for the first half of the movie trying to do an English accent, which he clearly gives up halfway through and then just becomes fucking Keanu Reeves. It's amazing. You also get to see Winona Ryder suck on Gary Oldman's tits, which is sweet.
Yep. Sweet.
He cuts himself and then she just starts sucking on his boob. So Francis Ford Coppola Winery is launching a live text tip line for expert advice on pairing their wines with pizza.
Which is out of stuff to do.
A text tip line, by the way. So you text it. So the Coppola Wine Pizza Live pizza line coincides with the winemaker's second annual Perfect Your Pizza competition, which opens for home cooks, pizza recipes, and wine pairing submissions July 1st through August 31st. Entrants are competing for a trip to the Sonoma Valley Winery, featuring a wood-fired pizza oven at its on-site restaurant, Rustic, where 4 finalists will cook off to win a $25,000 grand prize. That's pretty cool. New Jersey pizza maker Dan Recker of Raza fame, author of The Joy of Pizza, Everything You Need to Know, and primary judge of the competition, developed 3 pizza recipes to pair with the winery's Diamond Collection wines for the launch. So, check it out. Go to their winery to look it all up. I'm not going to go into all this shit. So, he talks about how like his fungi pizza, which is roasted mushrooms, shaved onion, fresh mozz, parm, chives, goes well with Pinot Noir. He's got a corn pie that pairs well with Chardonnay. The pizzas look good. And yeah, the Coppola wine, depending on what you get, it's kind of spotty. I've had it before. So, for American left coast wines, it's not terrible. You know what I mean? It's not, fucking Bartles and James. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for your support.
Yes. So there you go, everybody. That's it. That's the end of the podcast. I'm going home. Oh, wait, I am home. We appreciate you listening. We hope you had fun listening to me and Evan chew a lot last week. That was really fun. Eating the MREs. I'm sorry I accidentally knocked out 5 minutes of the podcast where we ate a bunch of food. Us like chewing and trying not to actually actively chew on mic, which I actually edited a lot of those sounds out post recording. But we had a lot of fun. We're going to do that again, I think, in the future, just because it's just an excuse for us to just eat some weird shit and talk about it. So, we were planning or hope to plan to do it on Evan's podcast in the future. Tell them about your podcast.
It's called The City That Breeds Podcast. You can go to ctb.show. That is the show's URL. And you can find a link to our Discord on that website. And our most recent episode was a meandering, fun time.
It sounds like it, Evan. Tell me more.
So much fun.
Okay.
We talked about the Hunfest Fallout.
You talked about the Transformers movie too, right? That
no.
You said you talked about it. I was just
just the crossover thing.
Oh, okay. The
None of us
Hunfest
had
Fallout.
seen it yet. Yeah, but we are going to all go see the Dial of Destiny and probably do a trip report after that.
Oh, that'd be fun. Mm-hmm. That movie's not going to be good.
No. I think it's at 54 on the tomato meter right now, which is, it's better than Crystal Skull.
Yeah, which I actually did watch the Crystal Skull a couple months ago because Crosby wanted to be a completist, and both of us, me and Leanna, were like, no, that movie's terrible. And we watched it again. It's not as bad as I remember. It's actually kind of stupid fun. Like, everybody's kind of going for it. And the worst part of it is Shia LaBeouf. But besides that, like, it's not terrible. Mm-hmm. Not as bad as I remember it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Also, my really quick Spider-Man Spider-Verse new movie.
We did talk about that.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, I've heard.
It was really, really good. And the end made our movie theater go fucking bananas. It was really fun at the end.
Yeah, I hear there's
I won't give that away.
More Spider-Verses.
Yeah, they kind of hint at that a little. So, yeah, thank you for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast. Thank you for promoting us because word of mouth is how we get out there. And thank you for telling people about us. If you can do more of that, that would be great. If not, that's fine. Just listening is doing your duty. You can join our Facebook group if you want. It's a lot of fun. We talk a lot of shit, share a lot of memes, send recipes to each other, ask questions about cooking, and people answer your questions without being a dick. It's really nice. So yeah, just go to Facebook and look up ROUXDE and we'll let you in, and you can come play in our sandbox. And that's it. We will see you next week with a new topic. And my name's John Hauser III. Don't yuck my yum.
And don't let the Soggies get you.
Oh, who are the Soggies?
They're another serial character from the 80s.
Oh, okay. They like the cavity creeps.
Yeah. Yes.
There was a while where Crosby was obsessed with the cavity creep commercials, and every night we would have to watch the cavity creep commercials.
We punch holes in teeth.
Yeah. Chris! Yeah, it is fucking great. All right, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.